well, Democrats were involved or Trump was involved. But the truth is we don't really know is not, it's not great. I don't think it's great for the victims. I don't think it's great for anyone. And I am really looking forward to when these documents are out, because that's when we'll really be able to talk about something.
Why in the world would she not say this on her show? I mean, I can show you continuous clips back and forth of her even kind of insinuating that Trump was hiding something or that Trump was the guy. Notice that the Democrats are no longer speaking about Epstein, all these big channels and everybody that was pushing Trump and Epstein. Why is that? Is it because a lot of the stuff that has come out is because Hakeem Jeffrey was caught soliciting a dinner, or one of our women in Congress was literally caught texting Jeffrey Epstein? Is it because everything that's coming out is actually against the Democrats? Was Trump right when he said that this was a Democrat hoax and the way that they were trying to go after him? Well, here is a crazy conversation, a crazy one, between Abby Phillips and another Democrat who you probably have seen work with CNN. Now, Abby Phillips leads the course because she has all these panels where people come and they call Trump a pedo. They say that this is that, this is this. And it basically, she is here admitting something that's actually crazy. Hear what she has to say when she is asked about what does she feel fatigue about. Whoa, take a listen.
Are there things that you feel like you're really sick of covering right now?
Yes, I am a little fatigued by the Epstein story. I think that it's very important for the victims to get justice, but I do think that the political conversation around it is not necessarily to that end.
Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. You could have sworn that just last week, 2 weeks ago, Trump's back was against the wall. And everything was going through CNN. And you had Eric Swalwell, you had Adam Kinzinger, you had all these politicians coming out and saying that Trump's back is against the wall. We got him. He's in the files. He did all these crazy things with Epstein. We got him. But now Trump lit the green light. We got everybody in Congress, everybody's involved in what's about to be released. And all of a sudden, everybody's quiet. What happened? And now she's admitting that a lot of the talk behind this had nothing to do with what's actually real. Look at what she's admitting. She's fatigued. But who is she fatigued by? Because she's the one that was talking about it the whole time in her own network.
Around it is not necessarily to that end. And I think that there's a desire on both sides to just cast blame in a partisan way that is completely disconnected from the real story here, which is a story about powerful men behaving badly and getting away with it. And that doesn't have a partisan identifier to it. And I also prefer, when we talk about stories, to actually have real information to discuss. And the thing about the Epstein files is that we don't have them.
That's a good point. Mm-hmm.
We don't actually know what's in these documents. So there is.
Oh my God, she's admitting it. But yet she had all these people come on the show. I remember there was a person that came on the show and said that Trump was a pedophile. So she's admitting that Trump is right. Yo, these people literally went on her show. So what's the truth? What is the actual narrative now?
A lot of speculation about it. The way that this has devolved into, well, Democrats were involved or Trump was involved, but the truth is we don't really know, is not. It's not great. I don't think it's great for the victims. I don't think it's great for anyone. And I am really looking forward to when these documents are out, because that's when we'll really be able to talk about something. We will actually have information, and we need that right now, because in the absence of that, I think the partisan blame is going in overdrive. The speculation is going in overdrive. People can say whatever they want seemingly, because there are no facts to kind of check them on.
Why in the world would she not say this on her show? I mean, I can show you continuous clips back and forth of her even kind of insinuating that Trump was hiding something or that Trump was the guy. So yeah, hold both sides accountable, but do it on the show. Sure, right wing, left wing, we can have that conversation. Let's actually release the files. But she's here admitting that there is no actual information. But yet Guys, you remember they were pushing this. They were pushing this and pushing it and pushing it. And now it's kind of backfired on them in a way. They're the ones kind of like with their back against the wall. And they said that Trump's back was against the wall. That the Republicans, they're hiding something. Now Democrats been all over this. They have been all over these files for a very long time, which is why I was annoyed with Trump. I was like, yo, let's just release all this stuff. What are you doing? But then many might argue with me about this, but it sounded like he is saying what she is saying. And this is her admitting that he's right, because he said, look, they're not doing it because they care. They're doing it because it's a hoax. They're actually coming after me and saying that I'm a part of all of this. But look, if that's the truth, we want to get all of it. But boy, oh boy, I mean, has it backfired?
There are no facts to kind of check them on, or very limited facts.
Yeah.
And I think we just need more information. And I'm ready for that part of the story. And
wow. So Democrat podcast, there she goes, admitting that she is fatigued after all those shows. I mean, if you just search up CNN Epstein panel, if you search that up, I'm pretty sure it'll pop up where she is the host and they're going after it and they're going after each other. I mean, this is pretty crazy when you look at it. Look.
No one cares about the victims. The whole exercise.
The Democratic Party did not care about Jeffrey Epstein until it was politically expedient to go after Donald Trump. Which is why we started the show. The government just got unshut down, and we're like, Jeffrey Epstein.
Wait a minute. You can say it over and over again. That's a crazy, absurd talking point, and I don't even know what the point of you going in that direction is. Everybody here cares about the victims. That's why we're going down this avenue to expose what went on and what is covered up.
You don't care that the president might be a pedophile? You don't care that the
pedophile.
You don't.
No evidence of that.
No, there's no evidence of it, but that's what. No, it's not insane. That's what we've been talking about all week.
There is no evidence of that. We're not going to.
No, but that's what the emails have been talking about. That's what we've been talking about all week. That's why he doesn't want to release the files. And to say that nobody cares is kind of absurd. If the president is a pedophile, we should know about it.
It's bad. It's bad because where is this woman at? Where are they all at now? Nobody's talking about it anymore. No one. They're just done. Where's the mentions of this? And I want to pull this video up from Latina Brown. I actually want to play this video. She had a good point here where she was exposing Democrats for no longer talking about it.
Guys, is Latina favorite community advocates. So they went from preaching about the Jeffrey Epstein files and demanding that these files be released, and they were trying to pin it on President Trump, to now being silent about the Jeffrey Epstein files as soon as things started to come to the light about prominent Democrat leaders who solicited money from Jeffrey Epstein and had dinner with this guy. So that topic is now a dead situation. This just goes to show that this was never about getting justice for the victims. It was about targeting President Trump. Now, Letitia James and James Comey's cases have been tossed out due to a technicality, which of course now the Democratic Party is screaming it's a victory. She's been vindicated. They're both been vindicated. When they said no such thing about either one of them being vindicated, the judge did not say that. It was a Clinton-appointed judge that dismissed the case due to a technicality without prejudice, meaning that this case can be resurrected by tomorrow. I'm just going to say this to the American people. Stop voting Democrat. That is not the Democratic Party that we once supported 15, 20 years ago. This is the party of socialism. This is the party of corruption. That's exactly who they are. And to the Republicans, grow a backbone already. Grow a backbone. Okay? You have a failed party in New York and New Jersey and in some of these blue cities. And you're not even trying to amplify your party. You need to really change the leadership within your Republican Party at the local level and state level, so that you can avoid this communist takeover from happening within our local and state government, because they're just sweeping the area. They're just going through it. So what's next on the Democratic agenda? What's on the next agenda?
There you go. She is breaking down exactly how crazy the Democrats have gotten with their plots and how they're going about this, how they never cared, and all they said, and they do care. And I wanted to show you guys this video that I saw that was just wildly, it was wildly hilarious because it shows how Democrats was spending their time speaking of Epstein and how they're talking about it now. Take a look at this.
People were dying for this information. There was some sort of list that everybody thought was going to come out, and who's on the list. What's important for us to note is we shouldn't be repeating names that are on the list, because just because your name has not on the list, but in the documents, just because your name is on the documents doesn't mean that you have done anything criminally irresponsible or illegal or civilly irresponsible.
Or that you were a client.
Or that you were a client. The only really, these documents as I read them, only reflect Epstein's sexual assaults of women and his sexual behavior. So I think that...
And Ghislaine also?
And Ghislaine. And so being named in this suit does not equate to being accused of wrongdoing.
That was back in 2024. That was the energy they had in 2024. What about now?
And I think that is extremely important because conspiracy theorists seem to not understand or enjoy facts.
Yes.
These are the facts.
There is a list. Trump's name is on the logs, the passenger logs of Epstein's aircraft at least 7 times. That's already been made public. I mean, of course, Trump is denying any and all allegations, but all of that information is out there. Why not just put it to rest and say, release the list?
So the energy has shifted. The energy has shifted from release, from don't release, that there's nothing to say, that they're trying to pressure it, so that there's really nothing going on, to release. And now they're getting released. And now nobody's talking about it yet again. So again, this is it's just a Democrat hoax. The Epstein files are real. I'm a supporter of releasing all of it. Again, I was against Trump calling it a hoax at the very beginning, even though now we kind of see what he means, but still release all of it, release the Kraken. We want to see it all. We want everybody to be held accountable. This was literally a Trump thing that we should have latched onto. We did latch onto. One of the main reasons I voted for Trump is because I'm against trafficking, human trafficking. We know what's going on at the southern border, what's going on at the northern border, what's going on around everywhere around the world when it comes to trafficking. That's a huge issue for me. And I hope that is for you. There's nothing bigger than kids being there's nothing bigger than that. So anybody that's telling you to ignore that story or think that it's not that big of a deal, man, first class ticket to hell, respectfully. See you guys on the next one.